Hi, it's Sam Moussa here from Remax. Real estate agents spend a lot of time in their car driving around the community.
Lay down and then I'll pop up.
In this series, I'll be talking all things real estate with many special guests. Let's go for a ride. Hey guys, it's Sam from SMR in the car, and we've drove this time and we're in Dunrobin at Humble Creek Homes. Welcome to the world of tiny homes.
At the early stages, when we have just a bare chassis, we get in the framing before we can put the shell on. It's completely out of the elements. And the insulation you saw in there, the same method we use to try to convert containers for different purposes. I mean, we're building these to Canadian built Ontario building codes and Canadian climate. It just means making sure you have the proper insulation, not just for the shell of it, but also for all your services. So your waste line, your water lines, you have to make sure you have heat trace cables, insulated channels wherever you're doing.
Yeah, not only is it have to meet Ontario building standards, but it has to meet MTO standards as well.
Because it's got to be moved, because you're going to be transporting.
So we have to register the chassis. There has to be a VIN. It has to be weight rated.
Okay.
So it's there's a lot of intricacies.
So the one that we saw that was outside, that's drivable. How does that? Let's say I'm taking that today and I'm going to the U.S. Is there when you're at the border? Is there questions that are asked that it meets a certain standard that you're going to be parking it somewhere? Like, is there something that you have to be worried about?
So once that bill is complete, she's going to have to right now it's registered with MTO, with Quebec, it's registered with Transport Canada. When it's complete, she goes back to upgrade what the classification is, and once she gets that, she can cross the border.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everything that we're seeing right now, with regards to the style of tiny homes, the style of their builds, it's everybody's seeing American style tiny homes. And so when you start explaining to them what the regulations are, what the rules and the bills and the codes are, they start realizing that they can't have it exactly the way that they want, right? So that's why custom is good, but also having a spec build is something that we're growing to get there. Having 2 spec models to tiny home would range between $395 per square foot all the way to $425 per square foot. It really depends on your selection.
So on that topic, so when you're doing when somebody's, let's say I'm coming today to see one of the tiny homes, you could select whatever you want, correct?
You can select whatever you want. I mean, we try to keep a smaller selection, but if the client wants a specific flooring, sure. Right? If the client wants a specific fixture, right? Things like that.
But I would imagine that most of your stuff that you're going to be putting in a tiny home has got to be relative to the climate and things that you're going to be up against.
That's right.
The question I have is, what do we do, or what do we need to do to get a Humble Creek hat or a Humble Creek shirt?
One might already be on the way. How do we get Moussa apparel?
We've been asking the same.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. We're working on it.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
Are you really?
Yeah.